Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to Sakura Seraph. We are streaming live today. Nintendo has put out a new Nintendo Direct for today's date, June 21st of 2023. We've already watched it through once to kind of get a feel for the content that's in the video, but Amethyst and I kind of want to discuss a couple of the things that are being presented. So why don't we go ahead and dive into the Direct.
I think this might be the first time I've ever been on video.
I think so. I think it's the first time you've been on video on the channel. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started, and then in between each announcement, we'll go ahead, we'll pause it, and give our thoughts and opinions. So without any further ado, let's get started.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for this.
Carmine. Carbuncle. Carmine the Carbuncle.
Carmine the Carbuncle.
That is ugly. They're all ugly.
They're all atrocious.
I don't care how loyal they are.
Nope. I need to know more about this thing.
Yeah. It's ominous. I need to know more about this place.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Blueberry Academy. Ooh. Dun dun dun. I want to know about that thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Alright, so that was the trailer for the new DLC that's coming out for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I guess we'll take it piece by piece, starting with part 1.
It makes more sense. I'm not going to remember the things. We need to talk about it one thing at a time.
That's okay. So piece by piece, the first new thing they really showed us was part 1, which was the teal mask. And, well, there goes the mic. Give us just one moment here. Alright, good deal. So the teal mask, I have a couple of thoughts. Number one, I noticed a couple of new Pokemon that I don't remember if they were in the base game. Like Snorlax. I don't remember him being in Violet.
I don't remember.
I have no idea. There were a couple of them in the part 2 clip that definitely aren't, but I can't remember. But it's nice to see a couple of those other Pokemon that I'm sure fans out there have been waiting. Snorlax has always been a fan favorite since Gen 1. So it's really nice to see that there's going to be a lot of fan favorites coming to the game. As far as the actual event itself goes, I think the Mask Festival seems really, really interesting. I want to know more about the story and the two new NPCs.
Snorlax was in.
It was?
Yeah.
Did we ever see it?
Oh, wait, no, this is an article from 7 hours ago. It's being added, okay.
Ah, okay, so it is new.
Yeah.
Interesting. I hope Munchlax's going to be put in with it.
It said over 200 Pokemon.
200 new Pokemon. I think there's, like 300 or 400 in there right now?
I don't remember.
So, maybe Scarlet and Violet will be the first one where we can catch over 1,000 different Pokemon. I guess we'll see. But yeah, the Mask Festival seems fun. I want to know more about the NPCs that they introduced us to and what the plot line there is going to be. My only real beef with Part 1 is the Legendaries. They're atrocious. All 3 of them are just absolutely ugly.
Yeah.
And I'm not... Neither one of us is the kind of person... Like, we're not the Gen 1ers who think every Pokemon designed after 1996 is a piece of trash. There's actually a lot of recent designs we really, really like.
Yeah.
Caparaja, we're both a fan of. I like Hatterene, Alcremie. Who else? Obstagoon, we both are a fan of. So there's a laundry list of Pokemon for newer generations that we do like, but I don't know, man. There's no redeeming these 3 poor suckers.
Nope.
I will say the 4th one that they introduced after the one that they've already announced, I can't remember any of their names, but the first 3 that appeared with the pink scarves on them, they had already announced that, those 3 legendaries, I want to say a month or 2 ago, in preparation for this DLC. But the one at the end, I don't think we've seen before. And it seems like he has a mask on, which thematically makes sense given what the DLC is.
There was 2 others.
Was there?
Yeah, one for the first DLC, one for the second DLC.
Oh, I'm not talking about the turtle yet.
Okay.
I'm just talking about the first guy with the mask, and it looked like his legs were made out of wood.
Yeah.
I want to know a lot more about him. He seems interesting. Not a huge fan of the mask that he was wearing, but maybe he has an alternate form where he takes it off and he looks a little less weird. But him I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt. I guess we'll wait and we'll see what he turns out to be. Moving on to Part 2, it was the Indigo Circle. What's it called?
Indigo something. I don't think it was Circle.
Circle? Okay. Well, either way, Part 2. I'm very excited for this. It seems like this is going to be an extension of the academy that the base game took place at, where if you're an adventurous player, I'm sure you went in and you talked to all the teachers, and maybe you even took all the lessons that they offered. But we didn't do that.
No.
I'm not an exceptionally adventurous player until after I've beaten the game. I like to blow through the story and get through the plot.
Blasphemous.
And then go back and explore everything. We don't generally play my way because it's a lot more. It's not as conducive to playing a game together as exploring everything outright goes. But for Violet, we kind of did do that, where we just kind of beeline through the story.
Oh, maybe it was Indigo Disc.
Indigo Disc, not Circle.
Oh yeah, Indigo Disc.
Haha, Indigo Disc.
The teal mask and the Indigo Disc.
Interesting. But yeah, we didn't really do much of the academy stuff.
I don't think we really did any of it.
We didn't do any of it. We basically
from my playthrough, your playthrough, or the one we did for the
or what we did on the channel. Yeah, we didn't do any of it.
3 playthrough attempts and we didn't do any of it.
Nope, we didn't take a single lesson in that school. But that's part of the problem, though, is it wasn't mandatory. It wasn't something we had to do.
Right.
Which, on one hand, is kind of nice when you're a veteran player like we are, where we know how to battle. We know the type advantages. We know how the game works. We've been playing it since Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow. But there's a lot of people out there that don't have that benefit. They haven't been playing nearly as long as we have.
Right.
Maybe they need some information on type advantages. Maybe they need information on how different moves work, what the powers mean, what accuracy means. So having those available but not required is pretty cool. However, since it wasn't required, we missed out on a lot of the school life feeling that they were really going for when they designed Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
And this Indigo Disc kind of feels like it's supposed to be a continuation of the Academy atmosphere. So that's kind of nice for players like us who didn't really do a whole lot of the schooling stuff, because it kind of ties that back in for us.
Right.
So that we do get some of that experience, even though we beeline through the whole game.
Right.
I also think, honestly, it looks a lot like... And we didn't play the post-game very much, so I don't know if there is a battle tower somewhere in Paldea, but the Indigo Disc sure seems battle towery.
Little bit.
So if that's what it is, I'll be there all the time. I absolutely love battle towers. I love there's still, to this day, is no post-game in any video game ever created, in my opinion, that is better than Pokemon Emerald's Pokemon Frontier. Or Battle Frontier, I should say.
I never
Pokemon
played
Emerald's Battle Frontier.
I never played the battle stuff, so when I played, I never did the post-game too far.
That's fair. I don't think a lot of people did. Most of them were just interested in the story more so than anything else. But I've always been huge on battling, so I really got into the Frontier. And it was nice, because there was like 7 or 8 different challenges that you could take, and each one had like their battles function a different way, or you had to do something different, or... It was interesting, and it was nice, and it was different than the Battle Tower that they had just introduced the generation before in Pokemon Crystal. Unfortunately, there hasn't been anything like that since. I didn't play Pokemon Platinum. I've heard that Platinum did have a Battle Frontier. My bias tells me, at least in my opinion, it wouldn't have measured up anyway. But at least an attempt was made. I'd like to see something like that Battle Frontier in the future. But I'd be surprised if we actually do end up getting it. I think most players want something a little more straightforward, where it's the Battle Tower, you go in, you choose your 3 mons, you go ham.
Most do.
So, it's nice if there isn't already something like that in Violet, that they're going to be adding it. If not... I'm super curious what the Indigo Disc is actually, what the Indigo Disc is going to end up being.
Yes.
And I think my biggest question is what's going on with the new turtle Pokemon. Because we already know this thing has 2 forms, because they've spoilered...
Oh, the thing they showed for the Indigo Disc? Yeah.
Yeah, the turtle at the end. They've already spoilered its first form. So is it going to be like a Manaphy Fion kind of deal, where we get the first form and can evolve it? Or are we going to get the second form and then we have to like make eggs like Manaphy had to make Fiona eggs? Or, there's so many questions about this new legendary Pokemon. And out of the 5 in this new trailer, the turtle is the only one I am absolutely in love with. I think it's gorgeous, it's super pretty, and I cannot wait to get it ourselves. This is Nala. Say hi, Nala. Yeah, you're not going to, are you? Nope, you don't know what's going on.
No.
Alright, so that all wraps it up as far as Pokemon goes, so let's go ahead and move on to the next announcement.
Hello everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be one of your guides.
And we'll go ahead and skip past these guys.
Hello, what the...
Supersonic squad of
Is she stuck on you?
I can't get her to...
Sonic and friends are spin dashing to a brand new 2D
She's so fat, she's hard to move off me sometimes.
12 brand new zones await.
I'm excited for this.
I am actually excited for this. I don't really like Sonic games, but I will play this.
Scale walls and fly as Knuckles, or swing a powerful hammer as Amy Rose.
That I'm excited for.
By harnessing the incredible power of the Chaos Emeralds, you can summon a storm of clones.
That's too many Sonics.
Secrets, and so much more. And for the first time in the series, local co-op is available for up to 4 players.
That's amazing.
Heck yeah. We could try to teach
combine your powers and take on
Yeah.
the evil Dr. Eggman. When Sonic Superstars launches on the Nintendo Switch system this fall.
Alright, so what was that called? Sonic Superstars? Sonic Superstars is the next game that we're going to be talking about. Yeah, we're both hyped for this one. You know, I wouldn't say we're the world's biggest Sonic fans or anything like that.
I am not really that into Sonic because it's an awful game, but
However,
I will play some side-scroller Sonic.
I'm super into Sonic because I love the characters, I love the story, I love the franchise. However, I do agree the games don't do it any service. But I will say, the 2D scroller games that Sega has been putting out over the past 5 years or so have been pretty decent. Like, none of the side-scroller games that they put out for Sonic have been disappointing or glitchy or weird or had, like, buggy oddness. Like, it's been what you expect a Sonic game to be.
Right.
So I'm excited for this one. I'm a little bit split on the co-op. On one hand, I'm really, really excited because it allows multiple people in the same room to play the same game together. And I love party games. Anything that can involve multiple people in a room, I'm all about it. However, I've played side-scrollers with multi-persons before, and if any of the players can't keep up with whoever's going the fastest, it can be a little bit awkward.
Well, get wrecked.
Gotta go fast. It's the name of the game.
Sonic. Duh.
But yeah, I mean, again, when it comes to side-scrollers, especially in the past few years, Sega has really knocked it out of the park. So I'm expecting big things from this one.
Yes.
A cozy life is just around the corner. Welcome to Palia.
I am
In this
really
free-to-play
excited for this
adventure
game.
sim, create the idyllic
I
life
love
of your
adventure
dreams,
sims.
alongside in-game characters and players from all over the world. Build houses, decorate your home plot, grow crops in your garden, and more. Play with other residents in online co-op or carve out your blissful life solo. And if you're eager to explore, there's plenty of life beyond the village. Set off on a vast journey to uncover Palia's many mysteries. Or just kick back and relax at home. How you live is entirely up to you. What kind of coziness will you choose? Palia is free to play and launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Woo.
Alright, Palia. We are pretty hyped about this one.
I could play adventure sims for days.
Right, and being free, like, it doesn't get better than that.
I wish we could play together, but I think we're going to need a second Switch for
I
that.
think we will need a second Switch in order to play together, but that's okay, because we were kind of considering that anyway.
Yeah.
I think this might finally be the reason to do it. Now, part of me feels like this is kind of the free version of Harvestella, but I haven't actually played Harvestella yet, so I can't say for certain that that's the case. It's just kind of the vibe I get.
It looks a bit different.
Style-wise,
I don't
it
think
looks
you
a bit
can build
different.
houses in Harvestella.
No?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
you're just given a house. But I could be wrong about that.
That's the thing, is we got to play and figure it out. But either way, there's definitely some similarities that could be drawn between the two. But, you know, we got to go back and we got to play Harvestella. That's something we've both been interested in. And now we've got Palia, too. So we've got plenty of these adventure sims to go ahead and keep us occupied for quite some time.
Yes.
Ignite your heart. The Phantom Thieves return in this tactical spin-off of Persona 5. When the group ends up in an unfamiliar world, they must join forces with a revolutionary named Arena to combat the armies that have taken control. During battle, assess the situation and determine whether to unleash an attack up close, from afar, or using a persona. Knock enemies down to perform another action called One More. Then surround your foes and take them out with dramatic flair using the new all-out attack, Triple Threat.
Triple threat, Nala.
fusion ability from the Persona series returns, allowing you to combine personas to form other ones. What is Arena's true objective? And
To
what
kill
truth is
everybody.
hidden in this strange
Air One.
world? A revolutionary tale will ignite when Persona 5 Tactica launches on Nintendo Switch November 17th. Pre-orders for the physical version of the game begin today. Please check your local retailers.
My opinion on this one is, woo.
Yeah, like, I am... On one hand, I'm glad that Persona 5 fans got a new game. I don't completely understand the idea to go for a tactical game. It kind of feels Fire
so
Emblem.
weird.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I've never played Persona 5 either. I believe it's a turn-based RPG,
I think so.
but I'm not 100% sure. It's like a turn-based RPG combined with a dating sim, from what I've heard. Which, granted, does seem fun, but neither one of us has gotten the opportunity to play Persona 5 yet, and neither one of us really plays Fire Emblem. I've seen it played. I've played it a couple times myself. I did play Mega Man 4 on the Game Boy Advance a while ago. Or not Mega Man 4. It was like Mega Man Advance 4 or something like that. It was space by space tactical, kind of like that was, or like Fire Emblem is. And that's the closest I've ever come to playing Fire Emblem. And it was fun, but not really for us, I don't think. So this game kind of goes in the "we're happy for you, Persona fans" category.
Step into a Saturday morning cartoon. Calling all heroes for the first-person roguelike adventure, Myth Force. Enter a high fantasy world inspired by Saturday morning cartoons of the past. It's up to you to stop the evil Daedalus from taking over, but it won't be easy. Treacherous tombs and cryptic castles threaten your survival. Wield medieval weapons and legendary magic to smite hordes of monsters. During each run, you can find treasure to help boost your character's abilities, weapons, and more. Plus, up to 4 brave heroes can share the adventure in online co-op. Drop in and out at any time as you face the many perils ahead. By the power of teamwork, Myth Force launches on the Nintendo Switch system this
I
year.
am kind of excited for this one.
I do have questions about Myth Force. I want to know more. It seems like an interesting game. It has a good premise. I like that it's based on old Saturday cartoons. That definitely gets points in my book.
Yes.
Part of me is a little concerned what they mean by old cartoons, because if they're basing it off cartoons from the 90s, ouch.
What do you mean, ouch?
That makes me feel old.
I feel like it's probably more like 80s.
I would hope so. That won't make me feel as old.
That will still make me feel old, but
But not nearly as much.
no.
I will say I'm a little disappointed. It seems to be like the co-op is only online, but I do understand that not every game is going to be local co-op. And with a first-person game like this, it is kind of hard to make it local co-op anyway. So I'm disappointed, but I understand why it's that way. They mentioned magic and different medieval weapons. I think they showed off somebody using a bow and arrow. That would be another question I have for the game. Is Myth Force going to have... what kind of weapons are we looking at? Are we looking at long swords, great swords, big weapons, small weapons? Can I use a dagger and a shield? Like, what kind of weapons are available to me? How versatile is it? Like, how much of a Skyrim am I getting out of this? So I have questions, but it definitely seems like a really good game, and it seems like something I would definitely be interested in playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be down to try it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This Blackfest is going to be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's about 30 seconds behind.
The next Splatfest for the Splatoon 3 game has been confirmed.
Did it just get dark?
I think so.
Okay, Squids, here's the theme. Which flavor of ice cream is best? Vanilla, strawberry, or mid-chip?
Mid-chip!
This Splatfest will be held during the dates shown on screen.
What did he say? What were the other options?
Strawberry and vanilla.
These choices are
Didn't even have the right one on the list.
to victory. Plus, get splatting in themed battles with challenges. More splat-tastic events are on the way. Be on the lookout for more info in the future.
Alright, so this we're going back into another Pokemon trailer here. But before we do that, we're going to discuss... wow, my brain just did a complete blank.
Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 3. Neither one of us has played any of the 3 Splatoon games, which is a damn
However, I
shame.
have wanted to because I am an artist and I love the idea of playing with paint.
They seem right up our alley, and they're super fun online action battle games, so it's just something that it's like... we don't really know why we haven't played it yet. I will say the reason there wasn't a chocolate for this Splatfest is because they've done that before.
I wasn't
Where
saying
it's-
chocolate.
Oh, no?
Nope.
Chocolate chip cookie
Chocolate
dough.
chip cookie dough.
That would be kind of hard to do.
You would be kind of hard to do.
No comment.
That's me, by the way.
You are our viewer.
Yes. Detective Pikachu returns. I like how the starters are just chilling around.
Just chilling.
I have very strong opinions.
Start of Pokemon Friendship Week. Tim Goodman, Pikachu. You two are the ideal detective duo. Disguises are a key part of detective work.
Quit goofing off and investigate.
So much for my coffee. Something tells me this is just the beginning. A light roast today, huh?
Why are you wearing a hat?
Did you not notice that last time?
No.
The culprit is clear, isn't it? A bolt of brilliance. The name's Pikachu, and I'm what you might call a great detective.
I don't know about all that.
I sure wish somebody would bring me some coffee.
Me too, Pikachu. Me too. So, Detective Pikachu returns. We've got some mighty strong opinions on this one.
I never played Detective
We
Pikachu,
did not play the first one.
and
We did, however, see the film starring Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu's voice actor.
it's just not right without him.
It doesn't feel right to us that Pikachu isn't voiced by Ryan Reynolds. Now, granted, we didn't play the first one. I don't know if Pikachu had a voice actor in the first Detective Pikachu, and maybe he did. Maybe it's the same guy. If he did, I can understand why it isn't Ryan.
It's probably what happened.
That's probably what happened. But we're huge Ryan Reynolds fans, and when we heard he was going to be in Detective Pikachu, that movie shot to the top of our list of movies that we had to see. So, after loving that movie and loving his role in it as much as we did, it's a little disappointing to us that he isn't the voice of Pikachu in this game. But that's just our personal opinion. We're a little bit disappointed on that
I
front.
mean, it'll probably still be a good game.
It'll still be a great game. Like, it looks well done. I have a little bit of a beef with the animation of Pikachu's mouth. But I also know that the style of animation that they've used for that game isn't the easiest to animate mouths with. But that's really it. That's really the only thing I notice that I have an issue with is Pikachu's mouth.
Right.
If that's the only thing I have a beef with throughout the entire game, I'm going to enjoy it. So now the question comes, are we going to play the first one before we play the second one?
I think we should.
I think we should.
Also, can I move this over so I can extend my leg out?
Yeah, that's fine. Bear with us one moment. Ah!
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
That's much better.
Am I still visible?
Yeah.
I seem visible. Alright. And moving on.
You might just need to talk a little louder.
He looks like he still loves coffee. Well, in the future.
Oh,
Next, please take a
this
look
next
at this.
one's good.
I love them. I love that they do that. Mario House.
Mario House!
Sounds like a club.
It does.
I am really excited for this, actually.
Me too.
I never played it, and, you know, I don't like old things, so...
She attacks with a frying pan.
A lot of games are coming out on 11/17.
Originally,
They really are. So we're really excited for this one.
Yes.
Neither one of us played the original Mario RPG, although we have seen a couple of people playing it on YouTube, so we have an idea of what the story is, what's going on in the game, what a couple of the enemies are. But we've never actually played it, and it's something I've always wanted to play. But unfortunately, it is one of the older games. I think it was originally released on the SNES. It was either the Nintendo or the Super Nintendo, and I can't remember which.
I have a hard time playing old games.
Which makes it
because they're
difficult.
very visually unappealing.
Right, yeah.
I
old
blame
games
my
are
autism.
ugly. Well, it doesn't help that they're just straight up ugly.
I know.
So, yeah, unfortunately, we don't play a lot of the older games. I was playing Oracle of Seasons by myself on the channel for a while, but due to some technical difficulties, that got cut off. I'm hoping to eventually get back to it, but that's another story. But yeah, once this drops, we're going to try to go ahead and get it, and we're going to try to play it on the channel, because this is one that we're both interested in. We both want to know the story. We both love RPGs, especially turn-based RPGs like this. I love turn-based RPGs. To this day, Final Fantasy X is one of my favorite games ever created.
We need to finish playing Lunar.
We do need to finish playing Lunar.
Which
We
I
need
would like to
start-
do on the channel.
I was going to say, we should restart our playthrough since we only got about 30 minutes to an hour in, and we can play it on the channel.
Yes.
That's one of those games that not a lot of people have seen, but everybody knows about. Alright, so moving on to the next game.
released on Super NES, Super Mario RPG returns with brand new graphics. That's right. Princess Peach will star as the main character in a brand new game. When she steps on this particular spot on stage... Huh? Whoa. What on earth is happening?
That's all we'll show for now.
I really hate that that's all they gave us for the new Princess Peach game.
That was cheap.
Because people have been ratting on Peach for being a staple cookie-cutter princess, damsel in distress kind of character for ages. And
Yep.
every time someone makes that comment, I have to go, no! There's two things wrong with that. Number one, Super Princess Peach was a game that was released, I want to say, about 10 years ago, if not longer, on the Nintendo DS. The entire premise of the game is that instead of Peach being kidnapped, Mario and Luigi have been kidnapped and Peach needs to save them.
Rip.
The entire game basically just proving that Peach is just as kick-ass as Mario and Luigi. Not to mention Mario Odyssey, which is now 6 or 7 years old. The ending is pretty badass. Yes, Peach ends up getting kidnapped, but for anybody who's actually finished the game, spoilers in case anybody hasn't, Peach ends up turning down both Mario and Bowser and just doing her own thing, like the badass she is. And then again, this year, the Super Mario Brothers movie got released, and I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't want to spoil it since it's so new, but Peach is a badass. Throughout the entire movie, she does nothing but impress. And
Yes.
this is just the newest iteration of Princess Peach being the badass princess that she is. And honestly, it is one of the games in this direct I am the most excited to see.
Which is
I am
hilarious because
most
they
excited.
gave the least information about it.
I know, but I love the idea of the first one, and I never played it. I wanted to. Beginning to end, I wanted to play the whole thing, and I just never got the chance to. So I'm hoping that this is either a continuation or a remake. That would be super cool.
Yes. It's probably a remake.
I'm hoping it's a remake, because then I don't have to go back and play the first one to get the whole story.
We'll share more details. A visually enhanced version of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, originally released on Nintendo 3DS, is in development.
We hope you look forward to seeing more of Luigi's ghostly antics.
I really want to play all these games too.
Yep, that's another one. Luigi's Mansion. We have not played... I did play the first one, but it was when it first came out, and I was like 10 at the time.
I think I
Only got about halfway through it.
actually played a little bit of Dark Moon when I had my 3DS. I think I might have borrowed it from Matt.
My brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible.
But I didn't get very far.
Nope, we did not get very far. So that is one thing we do want to do is go back and play through all the Luigi's Mansions games. Because, again, it's one of those franchises where I don't know much about it.
And
But
I like ghosts.
from what I've heard, the story for Luigi's Mansion is really good. And Amethyst is absolutely a ghost lover. So there's just a lot of reason for us to go back and play through that game. And we'll keep it short for that one since they did, and move on to the next game.
Become Gotham City's ultimate protector.
Dun dun dun.
Wait up, Mr. Wayne. We have much to discuss. I want you to know the fear that is coming. This is the beginning of the end for you, Dark Knight. You're all going down.
You still know how to make an entrance.
Welcome to the madhouse, Batman!
Today is the Joker's big homecoming, and you're the
Yeah.
best father.
Soon I will command
Whatever that
forces
means.
beyond your comprehension. I've waited long enough. Time dies tonight.
This place is dangerous.
I think it's basically saying don't put your sensitive information in the chat.
No,
Gotham would be a
the
house.
comment.
Over my dead body.
I believe
Someone
that was the
commented.
idea.
Oh.
We have to play these two.
Don't be a stranger. You're always welcome here.
Batman Arkham Trilogy launches on Nintendo Switch this fall.
That's one I'm super excited about. I've always been really interested in the Arkham Knight trilogy. that the Batman games have.
Yeah.
But I've never been able to keep track of them. There's so many of them, and I didn't know what order they went in.
There's one of them that I have played, like, briefly. Maybe, Arkham Asylum or something?
I think that might be the first one of the trilogy.
I don't know if it was the first one. I just know that there was one that I have played. I haven't played all of it, though.
Well, we're definitely going to keep an eye on the release date for this one, because we want to play words. We want to play all three of the games in the trilogy. We're both huge fans of Batman and several Batman villains, particularly Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Joker. You know, the ones everybody loves. So it'll be nice to kind of see them imagined in a way that neither one of us has seen them before. And I mean, it's Mark Hamill's Joker. You can't go wrong with Mark Hamill's Joker. So we're definitely going to be getting that and playing it on the channel. That one's, I feel like that one's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Play your cards right, mercenary. Lead your mercenaries through cursed dungeons in the lands of Gloomhaven. Your tactical prowess is all that stands between riches and certain death. This adaptation of the hit board game features turn-based card battles with RPG elements. Unleash deadly combos and bring doom upon your foes.
Doom!
Beware, exhaustion is close at hand. Choose from 17 different mercenaries, brave over 260 grueling missions, and master over 1,000 abilities.
Dirt Tornado.
Dirt Tornado.
And gain every advantage to survive. Grit your teeth and
I know nothing about this board game, card game, whatever it is.
September 18th. Pre-orders for the Mercenaries and Gold Editions begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Gloomhaven. I've never heard of the board game before. Honestly, it kind of feels like Darkest Dungeon. It feels exactly like a Darkest Dungeon esque ripoff almost. I don't want to call it a ripoff until I know more about it. But it has a very similar feel aesthetically. It's card based, just like Darkest Dungeon is. I never played Darkest Dungeon, didn't have a whole lot of interest in it. I'm really not a big fan of digital card games.
Yeah.
Unless it's something that's based off a physical card game, like Magic Arena or the Pokemon trading card game. Unless it's based on one that already physically exists, I kind of have a hard time getting into it.
That's fair.
So, I don't see us playing Gloomhaven. But for those of you that are Darkest Dungeons fans, this one might be right up your alley. I would definitely give it a shot.
Keep the dance party going.
I wish I could. I can't dance to save my life. I wonder if there's any Machine Gun Kelly on there.
Probably.
That's a song you know.
I do know
that one,
song.
the other one. If we had the space for me to actually play that, I probably would buy that.
When we originally saw this trailer, I said, and I'm probably not going to know any of these songs. I actually do know Flowers by Miley Cyrus and I Want to Dance with Somebody, because who doesn't know that one?
Sail by AWOL
And
Nation.
I also know Sail by AWOL Nation.
And I'm sure...
Even though I know the Devil Driver version way better. But
I'm sure there's others on there you'll know. There's
yeah,
like...
starting with 40 and then getting new songs constantly all year. Like, I'm sure there will be stuff on there, I know.
I want there to be a Machine Gun Kelly song on there.
I
But...
guarantee you, even if it isn't in those first 40, he will have a song in the DLC.
He better.
He is the #1 pop artist or punk artist right now. He'll get something.
It's true.
A silent hope lies in a world without words. One day, a once peaceful realm was silenced by its king. Now, 7 wordless warriors will rise. In this action RPG, these heroes bound by fate must work together to explore the abyss and find the secluded king. However, with its ever-changing dungeons and powerful foes, conquering the abyss will be no easy feat. Wield weapons like swords, bows, magic, and more to survive this deadly chasm. After you return to base, materials you've collected will help you cultivate resources and forge new items. Repeated forays into the abyss will enable you to grow stronger
Ow.
and dive deeper.
Can you hear me?
No.
Your guide on this journey is the kingdom's sorrowful princess, encased in a crystal of her own tears. And through a mysterious power, her voice reverberates in the hearts of the silent warriors. Why did the king steal the world's words? And what awaits the warriors in the depths of the abyss? Silent Hope dives onto Nintendo Switch October 3rd.
Oh, what did I compare this to earlier? I said it was chibi something.
Chibi... I don't remember now. Chibi... Diablo. Chibi Diablo.
Chibi Diablo. That is kind of the feel it gives me, because you go into the dungeon, it's got this bird's eye view, kind of slanted kind of deal. I wouldn't be surprised based on the way it looks if there was local co-op. You go in the dungeon, you get your items, you bring them back to town, you fuse them together. Like, it seems a lot like Diablo.
Yeah.
That said, it is adorable, and I have high interest in playing it.
Yeah.
I definitely want to play this game.
I'd be down for that. Especially if there's local co-op.
Oh yeah, especially if there's local co-op. I need to know more about why the king stole everyone's words. Like, just that premise alone, I'm super interested in.
Yes.
In these Nintendo Switch games, cast spells and cultivate your best life in Fae Farm.
Phoenix Labs.
Make use of magic to complete tasks and fend off mischievous foes. Enrich your farm to help your character flourish. Decorate your space to improve your stats for the day ahead. And enchant your friends locally or online in 4-player co-op. Fae Farm launches as a console
This
exclusive
looks so
on Nintendo
adorable.
Switch September 8th. Pre-orders including an in-game bonus are available now on Nintendo eShop. Zoom into wild racing action with hot...
I do like the way Fae Farm looks. It's one of those games like Animal Crossing where I'm probably not going to play it seriously.
Yes.
But if I just want to chill and relax and not think about anything and just kind of play some video games for a while, it seems like the perfect game for that kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. Choose from over 130 vehicles and pull off outrageous stunts to avoid obstacles, find shortcuts, and knock your rivals out of the way. Unleash your creativity by modifying your vehicles and building your own tracks.
I think that's a cool
Race locally with
feature.
friends in split-screen co-op. Plus, up to 12 players can hit the track online. Grab the wheel when this game speeds onto the Nintendo Switch system October 19th. Get your chassis.
The fact that there's 130 car options and you can customize them beyond that, and you can customize tracks. Jesus Christ, there's so much customization to do in that Hot Wheels game.
Yes.
I definitely want to get that just so I can screw around with it and see what I can come up with.
That could be a fun stream.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Grab a part, fix it up, and toss it over. Repair vehicles quickly to earn points in solo play or 4-player co-op. But watch out for treacherous pits, pesky UFOs, and other workplace hazards. Manic Mechanics launches
Watch
first
out for them
console
pesky
Nintendo
UFOs.
Switch July 13th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Can't count the number of times UFOs have interrupted my work. As ridiculous as that sentence was, the game does seem interesting. My one beef, and I wouldn't even really call it a beef, so much as just, I see what you did there. It's a mechanic skin over Cooking Mama.
Yeah.
Or Overcooked.
Yeah.
It's the same game, just mechanics instead.
Oh, yeah.
Which is interesting and cool, but it feels like the same game.
Yeah, but it might be cool for kids who are interested in doing things like that.
I could see it being highly appealing to children who are more into vehicles than they are cooking.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to get them engaged. Get them engaged with the thinking and the mechanics of it rather than trying to get them to cooperate with ingredients and cooking and heat and, you know, they're not going to care, but they might not care about that.
Exactly.
Maybe your kid's super into cooking. Cool. Buy Cooking Mama. Have fun with that. But, I don't know. Maybe your kid's a mechanic in training. This might be a game for them. Worth considering.
Maybe.
Introducing the second paid DLC for Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Mario
The
and
second
friends journey to a
paid
musical
DLC.
planet filled with new
Necessary.
areas to explore and new enemies to battle. What else will they find in this world of melodies? This new DLC, The Last Spark Hunter, launches later today. A demo of the main game is available now on Nintendo eShop.
I don't really care about Mario and Rabbids anymore.
I can't say that I care about Mario and Rabbids either.
I never cared before.
I played the first game where it was the verses and it was like...
The one that your brothers have?
Yeah, the one that's 1v1 Mario and you like shoot over stuff and there's obstacles and it's like very tactical. It's fun. The first time. I don't just mean playing it the first time, I mean the first game was fun. But I really don't think there needed to be anything else after that. I'm sure there are people out there that disagree with me. There wouldn't be a Mario and Rabbids 2 game if there weren't people out there that didn't disagree with me. But, I don't know, it just never held my interest.
I would like to point something out before you hit play.
Yeah?
Cosmo, Wanda.
Oh, yep, we got Cosmo and Wanda chilling in the background here, y'all. Just hanging out, watching demons attack people. Don't worry about it.
You really think you stand a chance against us? You intend to take arms against me? Very well. You are now cursed, unable to harm monsters. What the? You're going to have to become a monster wrangler. Let's go.
I understand why this game was made. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many different monsters in Dragon Quest that people who have played through the game... I've never played Dragon Quest myself. I don't know very much about it.
Uh-huh.
I've seen my brother play a rather extensive amount of it, so I know what the game is. I know how it functions. I have an inkling as to what the story is, at least with the most recent one, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
I understand why this game exists, and Dragon Quest fans especially ones that like strategy and are also fans of Pokemon, they're gonna love this game. It's perfect for them. It's right up their alley. It's fantastic, and it's a great idea. My beef with it, my only beef with it, I want Monster Rancher back. And this feels like a Monster Rancher ripoff. I remember playing Monster Rancher 4 when it came out. I believe it was 2008 when Monster Rancher 4 originally came out.
I have absolutely no idea.
And I've been wanting another one ever since. It was such a good game. Such a good game. Only, I think, 4 Monster Rancher games have been released since then. In 2011, there was a Nintendo DS game that was released. In 2021, there was a re-release of Monster Ranchers 1 and 2.
Right.
Haven't played it yet. I don't know if it's like higher quality or if it's straight up just ported. I don't know. I plan to look into it and see what I think.
Okay.
And then in 2022, they released Kaiju Hero Monster, something with kaijus. I don't know, but it was a crossover with another franchise. It wasn't even a true Monster Rancher game. It also didn't come to America. We haven't had a new Monster Rancher game in the United States since 2011. And all this game did for me is make me upset about that. It seems like a good game. I honestly, due to the fact that Monster Rancher probably isn't getting a new game in America anytime soon, we might end up getting it just to kind of scratch that itch. It also does seem like a turn-based RPG, which is kind of fun.
Maybe.
Which Monster Rancher was too. But
I don't have any interest in playing that game.
No? Okay, well, that'll be a me thing then.
That's all you. I didn't really care about Monster Rancher, and I don't really care about Dragon Quest either.
That's kind of what's holding me back, is I don't care about Dragon Quest. But the thing is if I know that if I got into the Dragon Quest franchise, I would like it. It's an RPG franchise. I love RPGs.
I was thinking about it every time I think about Dragon Quest. There was a game a long time ago that I would play on the computer. That was like I think it was like it was a browser game. But I don't remember what it was called. And it was somewhat like Dragon Quest, I think.
Was it Adventure Quest?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Adventure Quest is fun as hell, but a whole different thing.
Every time I think about Dragon Quest, I think about that, and I could never remember what it was called, but I have very clear, vivid memories of playing that.
That game is still up and running. I don't know how they funded it.
It's crazy. It was so long ago.
The so-called hero is here.
Oh, crap. That trailer wasn't over.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Well.
That was Dragon Quest Monsters.
As its newest recruit, you'll venture to a mysterious planet with all sorts of
Pikmin.
life forms. There,
That thing's
you'll
cute,
meet
though.
plant-like creatures called Pikmin. And the adorable rescue pup, Ochi.
No, it's ugly.
Boy. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, repair the damaged rescue corps spaceship and save any castaways you find. All right, let's explore together. Once plucked, Pikmin are ready for action. Blow your whistle to gather them and have them follow you. Throw your little buds at things, and they'll start working for you.
Oh, I'm
Ochi will also prove to be a great canine companion. He can carry items with Pikmin, or smash obstacles in your way. And if you need a flotation device, well, there you go. Ochi can even stand up to the wildest creatures.
Yeah, get a Mochi.
Lots of treasures scattered around the planet to fix the spaceship's radar and open up new areas to explore. Exploration isn't limited to the surface, though. Why not take the plunge underground? Here, a completely different environment awaits. Unusual contraptions. Native creatures. And are around every corner. You might unexpectedly find some castaways, too.
That vaguely looks like Olimar.
Hey, wait a minute. This leafy individual just nabbed the castaway. You've got to stop him.
No.
It's time for a Dandori battle. Embrace the art of Dandori by strategically issuing commands to your Pikmin and Ochi. Collect more objects than your opponent within the time limit to win, and save the castaway. By rescuing castaways, you'll be able to do more activities back at base camp, which is right next to your spaceship. Train Ochi and teach him new skills.
He learned to
Build new
buff.
equipment and items to help make exploration more manageable.
Ochi get buff.
For the first time in the Pikmin series, you can eventually set out for night expeditions. But there's a catch. Nightfall sends creatures into a frenzy, so stay alert. Thankfully,
That is
you'll come
freaky.
across the new glow Pikmin, which
Those are
only
cute.
appear at night. Find luminals that produce valuable glow sap. These mounds also attract various wildlife, so use glow Pikmin to drive them away and protect the luminals. Many more surprises await on this uncharted planet. But with the Pikmin and Ochi by your side, no challenge is too big or too small. Pikmin 4.
In past Pikmin games,
So neither one of us has played a Pikmin game, which unfortunately seems to be a recurring theme with these games. However, I will say, Pikmin 3 was recently released on the Nintendo Switch a few years ago, and Pikmin 1 and 2 were also ported to the Switch, I think today. I think
Yep.
that's actually the next thing they're about to say, is Pikmin 1 and 2 are being ported to the Switch.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll play. If we do, we're going to start with the port for Pikmin 1.
Yeah.
So that
maybe.
we can get an idea of what's going on with the game before we launch ourselves into number 4. I don't know if there's a continuing story between all 4, but
I don't think there is,
I don't
but I think
think-
I'd still rather play the first one.
I would too, because it's this thing that happens with any video game that's been around as long as Pikmin has, where the first game was established and it had all its mechanics, the way the game works, etc., etc., and then the second game adds more stuff, and then the third game adds more stuff, and then the fourth game adds more stuff, and then by the time you get to the fourth game, you're trying to figure out basically 4 games worth of brand new mechanics, and
Right.
that's not fun. I would rather start from the beginning, learn how the first game worked, and then kind of like learn the progression of the game as it was created.
Yes.
So if we play Pikmin, we'll start with 1 and then work our way up to 4. That's still kind of in the air right now. We're still
That's-
deciding on whether or not we're interested.
Yeah, that's a pretty big if.
Yeah.
you had to return to your spaceship before Site
yep.
28.
Where
the
is
demo
it?
can be enjoyed even if you've never
Oh, well,
played
whatever.
The renowned series of stealth action games is infiltrating Nintendo Switch as Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. This compilation includes Metal Gear Solid, infiltrate and regain control of Shadow Moses Island. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, locate and retrieve a deadly amphibious weapon.
Wait a
Metal Gear
minute.
Solid 3, Snake Eater, survive the jungle and confront your former mentor. You can also enjoy the games that started the series, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake.
Solid
as well as
Snake.
the NES versions of both Metal Gear and Snake's Revenge. This compilation also contains the first Metal Gear Solid digital graphic novel and its sequel. Additional content includes screenplay books and master books
Spoiler
with story
alert.
and character info, strategy guides for each game, and a digital soundtrack. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 launches on Nintendo Switch.
Master Collection
October 24th.
Volume 1?
Pre-orders begin
Is there going to
today
be a
on
Master
Nintendo
Collection
eShop.
Volume
The first
2?
3 Metal Gear Solid
Oh my
games will
god.
also be available separately
I know
on
nothing
Nintendo
about the
eShop.
Metal Gear Solid games.
The ones you see pictured here, I believe, are... Shit, I screwed it up. I believe the ones in that pack are only the first half of the Metal Gear Solid games.
Oh my god.
It's not even counting the Metal Gear games that came before them. I would love to play them just because I know the story is extremely convoluted and really, really well written from what I have heard. So I'm interested to learn for that aspect.
Yeah, potentially.
However, I suck at shooter games, so I'm a little bit hesitant to get into Metal Gear Solid, just because I'm not entirely sure we'd be able to clear it. But it's on the table,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
Worth a shot.
It's time to survive. Steel Thyself, Vampire Survivors is coming to Nintendo Switch. Do you have what it takes to survive a 30-minute onslaught of monsters?
Probably not.
Stay on the move to avoid enemies.
Just being
And
honest.
attack automatically with your weapons. Seems easy at first, right? But swarms of increasingly stronger monsters will appear the longer you survive. By getting treasure chests from defeated enemies, or by leveling up, you'll acquire weapons and upgrades for your character. So shape them as you see fit. Plus, up to 4 players can now play together in couch co-op. What other horrors lie in store?
Is that what we're calling it now? Couch co-op?
I guess.
Survivors launches on the Nintendo Switch system, August 17th.
I want to get that game just because it's something we can play while sitting on the same couch.
Yes.
I think it would be interesting to play that for sure.
I agree.
Plus, any game where I can customize my character's abilities is always a huge plus. The more customization a game gives me, the more likely I am to enjoy it.
Just...
Pigeons?
Damn it, you
Sounds pretty
rewrote it.
Did I?
Just the picture.
Couch co-op. What other horrors lie in store? Find out when Vampire Survivors launches on the
Find
Nintendo
out
Switch
next time
system.
on Dragon Ball Z. Keep going. Keep going.
Music and
Damn it, I missed it.
Okay, so before this shows up, just the picture of this and this is a weird thing together.
Head banging pigeons. Y'all ready?
Cool.
Woo!
You're a pigeon. Yeah,
Am I?
You heard that right. Play online in this rhythm battle royale and aim to be the last bird standing.
Alright.
Up to 30 players can ruffle each other's feathers in musical minigames. Copy the leader's actions perfectly in Yes, Commander.
Hail Hydra.
Fire a slingshot to play music in First Piano Shooter. Race and fly to the rhythm in To the Sky, and more. With over 20 minigames, you're in for an impeccably good time. Get ready to shake those pigeon tails when Headbangers Rhythm Royale bops its way onto Nintendo Switch October 31st.
Happy Halloween?
I love hate it. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous, but that's what makes it such a good
I know,
idea.
I want to play it. This one, I like this one's face.
I definitely want to play this game just because of how ridiculous it is.
Ready, set, yo! Penny is on the run, entangled in a chaotic audition that veered way off script. She's managed to make some powerful enemies and a newly animated friend. In this 3D platforming adventure from the team behind Sonic Mania, you'll explore the bright and colorful world of Macaroon and help Penny and Yo-Yo escape the clutches of the grouchy Emperor Eddie. Perform stylish acrobatic tricks to avoid Eddie's massive horde of pushy penguins. And power up Yo-Yo to protect Penny from foul play. games, and more. This is your big break, after all. Take the stage when Penny's Big Breakaway launches on Nintendo Switch early next year.
Right after they say from the makers of, what was it? Sonic Hero, or not Sonic Hero.
Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania. Immediately after they say that, you can just see the Sonic influence in the game.
Yeah.
But, you know, it looks good. It looks engaging. I like that there's a time attack version. Because that's one thing that's always irritated me about modern Mario games, at least the 2D scrollers, is they still have the timer. But, like, unless you're one of the fastest Mario players in the world, what do you really care? This, at least, they have, like it sounds like the way it is if you beat the time attack under a certain time, you get a reward for it. It's not just a race to the top of the leaderboards.
Right.
There's more to it than that. And that, I really like that. I want to see more of that in video games.
Yes. I am agree.
Rev up for Wave 5. A brand new course is racing into Wave 5 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC. Introducing Squeaky Clean Sprint. More characters are also being added. From Mario Kart Double Dash, Petey Piranha. From Mario Kart 7, Wiggler. And from Mario Kart Tour, Comet.
I'd play Comic.
Wave 5 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game zooms onto Nintendo Switch this summer. Active Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members can enjoy this DLC at no additional cost. The DLC can also be purchased on its own.
So did you catch it this time? Did they save 4 new characters?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Go back.
Rev up for Wave 5. A brand new course is racing into Wave 5 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC. Introducing Squeaky Clean Sprint. More characters are also being added.
More characters.
Okay, so it's not 4 characters.
Okay.
That's a little disappointing. I was hoping they would add, like, I don't know, like Pauline or something as the 4th character.
I would play some Pauline.
Yeah,
I love
for
Pauline.
Sure. And I think out of the Mario girl, she's the only one that isn't in the game.
Yeah, which is rude.
Mm-hmm.
Why has it got to be just the princesses?
Well...
And Rosalina, who's not a princess.
Which came out first, Mario Kart 8 or Odyssey? Because if 8 was out first, Pauline didn't exist yet.
That's a good question.
Now I wonder.
I think Mario Kart 8.
I feel like...
But Odyssey came out... Like, when we got our Switch in 2017, we got Odyssey with it. So...
That's true, but I'm pretty sure Mario Kart 8 was one of the first games that was released too.
Mario Kart 8. Oh, Mario Kart 8 released May 29th, 2014.
Oh, you know what? It's possible it was originally a Wii U game, and then it got ported to the Switch.
Mario Kart 8 Switch release date. May 29th, 2014.
2014. So we must not have gotten our Switch the year it came out.
No, actually, we
I don't know why we thought we
3
did.
3 years later.
I don't know why we thought we did.
You know what, that makes sense though, because Sean had his for a while, and then I was like, I want one, and
Matt
then...
did too, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I will say, first of all, we're going to get our proper place in the trailer here back. The Squeaky Clean Sprint track. It's pretty cool that it is a brand new track that has never been seen before.
Yes.
I thought for sure every single wave from the Mario Kart DLC was going to be tracks from previous games.
Yes.
It's actually really cool that that's not the case. It's a brand new track that's never been in any game before. I can't wait to try it out. I think it's going to be fun.
Yes.
Alright, moving on to the next game.
One Fateful Encounter. A remake of the second Star Ocean game, complete with new graphics that fuse 2D and 3D, is on the way. After a mission goes wrong, Federation Officer Claude is stranded on an undeveloped planet. There, he meets Reyna, who possesses mystical powers. Was it fate or mere coincidence? Soon after,
Lunar
the
vibes.
sinister plot within the galaxy. In this science fantasy RPG, select either Claude or Reyna as your hero and play through the story from their perspective. You'll also meet over a dozen potential allies from all walks of life. During your adventure, the hero you chose and the decisions you make will have an impact on who can be recruited to your cause.
That's pretty cool.
Battles take place in real time, and skills can be performed with a single button. New combat features in this remake include stunning enemies with chain attacks. And having allies not in your current party unleash follow-up attacks, letting you map out strategic battles in your favor. As you search for a way home, an ancient prophecy will unfold and your destiny will be awakened. Save the planet in Star Ocean: The Second Story Arc, launching on Nintendo Switch November 2nd.
I don't know anything about Star Ocean, but that felt very reminiscent of the Tales of Symphonia franchise. At least the gameplay did.
It feels like Tales and Symphonia and also Lunar.
Meets Lunar, yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. I will say I am interested. I like the idea that it's an RPG where you can choose between two different main characters.
Yes.
Usually it's fully customizable and you're just, the Dragonborn or whatever the game may be. Or you're very specifically this person with this name who has this job and does this with this size foot. And it's like... you have no fucking leniency on who that character is.
I like that decisions change who you can have on your team too.
That kind of rolls into what I was saying. Is it's nice that you not only do you get to pick your main protagonist, you also get to influence the game through the decisions you make. Which by no means is something that's new to video games, but in addition to having a selectable main character,
that makes me want to play dice. That makes me want to play it and roll dice to make decisions.
Every single choice.
Yeah.
We could do that. I'm down with that.
It's time to move it, Wario style.
That's not Waluigi.
Wario.
Get ready for more micro game mayhem in the latest WarioWare game. Hold two Joy-Con controllers, then action. Move your body to take on a flurry of lightning-fast micro games. What you do and how you move depends on the micro game. React quickly with the right movement, and you'll be on the road to victory. Excellent! If you've got two pairs of controllers, play with a friend in local co-op. Sync up your actions to beat each micro game. Plus, up to 4 players can live it up across various mini-games in party mode. For example, this dicey board game is going to keep you on your toes. Get your body moving in over 200 lightning-fast micro games. In WarioWare, Move It. Launching on the Nintendo Switch system November 3rd.
No.
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
I don't care much for Wario.
I've never cared. I forgot he was doing that shit when we came back. I've never cared about the WarioWare games. I will say, I am impressed every time they put out a WarioWare game, the number of mini games that they have to come up with.
Yeah.
200 mini games that each take less than 10 seconds. The insane amount of creativity that goes into something like that alone is worth recognition. But I don't think we're ever going to play it on the channel.
No.
You do your thing, buddy.
Families can join the fun.
Are there any games after this?
I'm going to check, but I think the stuff about Nintendo Live... Oh yeah, so Nintendo Live.
Because we can skip this.
There's some stuff about the new amiibo that came out with Tears of the Kingdom. Oh yep, there is one game left.
Yes. I am so excited for this Mario game.
I didn't see that piranha plant pop out the first time. Sonic gets to grind. Mario felt left out.
I know. Shut up.
I have so many questions.
What happens? How do you win if they take the end? How do you win if the end is gone? I don't understand. I don't get it. We have to get this game. This is a must. 100%.
No!
I call bull. No way 4 players all land at the top. No way. Elephant Mario! Elephants are my favorite animal.
That was the brand.
I need to know what Elephant Mario does.
I know, I'm super curious what Elephant Mario does. I get the feeling with the fountain being right there that you stick your trunk in, you suck up a bunch of water, and you can spray it.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
And
If the trunk is the...
maybe like activate stuff or like hurt enemies. Or
Yes. Super Mario
cool.
Brothers Wonder is top of the list.
Yeah, we're Super Mario Brother Wonder. I have so many questions. So many questions about the way the game works, the way the new mechanic works. What happens when the sheep take the end goal? Is there another way to finish the game, or do you just lose? I have so many questions about Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I will say I am extremely excited, that Peach is a selectable character in this game. I don't like playing Mario games as Mario if I could beat Peach.
I don't really want to be Daisy, though, if we play together.
There's Toad and Luigi. There's options.
Can I be Waluigi?
Probably not.
Damn it.
They really should make Mario and Waluigi playable characters.
Waluigi needs to be more common.
He does. He needs to be more prominent. And honestly, I know that Wario and Waluigi are supposed to be like Mario and Luigi's adversaries, but when it comes to Super Mario Brothers games, they haven't been an actual enemy in a very, very long time.
No.
I don't know that Waluigi's ever actually been an enemy in any game except Mario sports games.
I don't think Waluigi has, no. Just Wario.
Even then, it's been super minor and not for a very, very long time.
Wah.
Wah! They could easily make them playable characters alongside Peach, Daisy, and Toad.
Yes.
So yeah, we're excited for Super Mario Brothers Wonder. That's definitely one of the games from this Direct we're going to be getting. That does bring us to the end of the Nintendo Direct. For anybody who did watch, we do want to thank you so much for coming along the journey with us. If you have any recommendations for games from the Direct you would like to see us play, please leave them in the comments down below. Other than that, we do have some new stuff coming out relatively soon. Some new episodes. We're going to be starting a new game. I won't spoil what that is. We'll let that come out when it comes out. In the meantime, I do want to again thank everybody for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you so much, and goodbye.